But most importantly, all these other members that want to vote to reduce taxes in the state of Michigan, they're going to get a voice. And I believe it was the first time in over 20 years that a speaker held a vote and actually recorded it and held every member accountable, put them on the record. And I truly believe that that led the way to this discussion about eliminating the income tax in the state of Michigan, because it was not a discussion until we did that night.
Well, and I want to talk about the state income tax with other states, because when we talk about that, Florida comes up, right? Tennessee, South Dakota, but they have had state income tax in decades, right?
No, Tennessee just repealed it in the last 2 years.
Okay, so this is my question then, because you said you want to eliminate, you want to phase out. So I'm kind of in the middle, because where was that state economically to be able to do that? I think Michigan, and we all can agree with this, that their budget is so bloated, right? And it makes up such a big part of the budget that eliminating, we're going to have to make some drastic cuts, which I can agree with. But how do we do that economically as a state to continue to move the Michigan forward? Just eliminate it off the bat. Is that even a plausible plan? Because the other states that have done it, I'm sure economically, and I don't know the answer to this, we're probably doing pretty well. We're like, you know what? We can probably eliminate it now to make us more attractive. I mean, where were they? They weren't in the position that we're at.
Well, I look at the taxable burden on the citizen, the percentage of their income, the overall taxable burden, and how that pie is cut up, and how we collect revenues. And in my view of the world, and Tom, I'm interested because you have the real experience. I'm a business guy. Yes, there is a difference in how to get things done in Lansing. I don't mind running into a wall, because I know if I hit it enough times, I'm just going to knock it over. It hurts like hell, but we're hard-headed enough.
Yeah.
And that's why we were in the arena. That's why we were willing to play the game versus deal with the true politics of it. So the overall tax burden of Florida for its citizens is lower than the overall tax burden of Michigan currently. The overall tax burden of Tennessee is lower than the overall tax burden of Michigan per citizen. And when you look at the dynamics of their population, the income earners, Michigan's got a really significant problem with no quick fix. Our fastest growing demographic is 65 and older. Those people are not income earners.
No.
They are the recipients of their hard work through their pensions, et cetera, but the overall tax dollar is going to, at some point, whipsaw and throw the burden on the citizen way out of whack. Or conversely, the legislature is going to say, we've got to raise taxes on businesses, which will continue to push big employers out of the state.
Well, it's like what they're doing with the restaurant industry and what they have done with COVID and everything else. These people just continue to get hammered by Whitmer and her folks.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, you look at Florida right now. I mean, Governor DeSantis, we've discussed, they have no income tax.
Right.
Now they've started the conversation about phasing out their property tax.
Right.
Okay.
Legislative
why
yes.
have they been able to do that? Their budget has continued to grow, not because they're raising taxes, but because of economic growth. They have more taxpayers. You've got to grow the pie.
Yeah.
And our pie is getting smaller and smaller every year because we are losing that population. And the population that we are using, as you just mentioned, it's the workers. It's the ones that are actually actually paying the taxes. Correct.